Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Money Monday to you. It's December 15th. We're going to review 0-day options today. I took on SPY in the small account challenge. Yeah. Last full week of December, I believe. Volume's starting to get a little light, at least it was today. Without news catalysts, I don't know if there's much more data. There might be more data before Christmas, but I think we're going to be starting to thin off on the volume. The 30-minute here, this is Eric's chart. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. Yeah, kind of pinned right between the 5 and the 20-day, and just in this wedge, blue-green wedge here. Tested a couple times today. Actually completed that inverse cup. I didn't have any continuation though. Volume, I think volume is pretty light today. Very thankful again though. My confidence has grown enough, or is growing, I'm not sure, because I don't think today was necessarily a good day for trading, but I did pretty well. And a lot of it I think is just because of confidence. If you've watched, that's basically been my goal, is to just increase my confidence. It's been the first priority, and it has. And so it's also allowed me to kind of hold positions a little longer instead of having such tight stops, which was part of my goal, separate even with confidence. Wasn't even thinking about the side effect of having more confidence. Gives me the ability to hold stuff a little further and be in that uncomfortable period of drawdown before the move happens, because I'm more confident with it. So if you're not confident with it, to hold through drawdowns, like why am I doing this? I'm just hoping. So I would always just get out really quick. And then also technically just with my stops, not having a stop just based on the steepest or most aggressive buying or selling algo that I've charted, and giving it room to sell or buy in a less aggressive one. I'll show you like an example here, I guess. I don't really, we'll probably get to one once I start reviewing. And then kind of using horizontal levels and not just channels for stops. But that naturally is going to make me widen my stops a little bit, but it's fine because my risk reward is still pretty crazy on all my trades. So even if my accuracy is low, it's not bad. Let's get into it. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it was a gap. Do we gap? I can't remember. Oh yeah, gapped up. Yeah, gapped up and started selling. I charted. Yeah, I got purple here for the kind of aggressive selling, and didn't really get much of an entry at all. Charted this red, as you can see from the support, from the resistance, as well as that resistance up there, and then this gold as, I guess it's tapering, but it just grinded down in this. I've considered an entry here for puts. Was it there? Yeah, I considered one here too. Didn't really pull a trigger, just yeah, kind of grindy, kind of tight. If it broke to the downside of this gold, I was going to take that actually. If it broke into this more aggressive purple, I was going to take it on a retest. That was kind of my plan, and it like wanted to, and I just kept putting lower gold lines because I realized I'm not quite right on it, because it'd break it and then it wouldn't. So that's why there's always 3 lines down here. Of course, in hindsight, yeah, grabbing it here would have been good. I wanted to wait for more of a retrace, like to this gold line potentially, but yeah, I could have got one here with the gold being my stop. Again, it was just pretty tight and pretty small retrace there with not a whole lot of liquidity or structure. So once it broke here, could have gotten on the retest here, but again, the range is just tight, so didn't take any of that stuff, which I'm actually fine with. Oh, this was the one I really considered, but it's just such a small action. Didn't take it, but you can see this doji candle on the retest, like little tiny head and shoulders. This one ended up being a pretty nice. This would have been well worth it, especially if you got a nice entry. But I was fine, just kind of sit on my hands for that stuff. Then once it broke gold, I was looking for a retracement trade, a zombie trade, and I think that's where we pick up with my first trade on here. Uh, the range today, it wasn't too bad. It was just very choppy. But yeah, it was like almost, yeah, 6 points. So yeah, pretty big range, really. Just not the best tradable price action. But there's some trades. I kind of forced some stuff today. Once I was up, I was like just trying to, I don't know, I was giving myself opportunity for a bigger move if it wanted to happen, and it never did. So I gave a little bit back, but still pleased. Let's see. So 1027, I got. Gotta put 1027. I did try and enter this action. Oh yeah, this one was on. Oh, the retrace of white. I think that's what I was thinking. Wait, 27 right here. Oh yeah, I remember that. So I didn't have this gold one. Basically, this was the breakout trade I was talking about. So I thought this is the breakout. Full body candle, nice volume, and then this one, and then I got it on, I think like the beginning of this one as the retrace trade. It wasn't. It needed to be more of a more legitimate breakout. That's why then I put the gold on that wick and it lined up. So I should have done that sooner. But you can see there then it's like, okay, it was just wicking down there. Even more volume. If it was breaking this with stops, like that'd be stops triggering. This would have been probably like this much volume, twice that amount, and probably been a much bigger candle and a bigger retrace. But you know, whatever. I jumped in for it and I was wrong. So I stopped out right there at 1027. It's kind of I guess in and out 1027. 134 to 123 though, so kind of ugly just on these candles. Because the range was actually, yeah, it was pretty large. Even though it's so grindy, it was like, it was pretty big. 140. Yeah, so that's a whole point. Kind of crazy. That was the first one. The second one was 1034 to 1045. So this is the one where my increased confidence gave me the ability to hold it longer. Let me know if you guys want me to be more zoomed in like this. I feel like sometimes I'm reviewing it and it's like very small. On my screen I can see it fine because I'm on a computer, but if you're watching on mobile, it's too small. That's gonna be annoying, especially with all these lines. Like, yeah, let me know if it's better if I'm like much tighter on the price action so you can see it on mobile. I don't mind. 1104, that one I don't know. 1034 to 1035. These are calls. I zoom out to kind of get a bigger picture. Broke the gold, so I'm looking for a retrace. Was there a gap that filled already? I think maybe. Yeah, I think so. And then on the 30-minute, where are we at? Yeah, that was right at let's get a clock. Okay, so 10:30. Yeah, we're at the bottom of blue on the 30-minute also. It's giving me a little more confirmation of a support. This one's been tested. So here's the 10:30 candle on the 30-minute. Bottom of that blue channel, which is right about here. I didn't have any I didn't have this white. I don't think at that point. I think I didn't get it till here. Or maybe I did, but this is actually a little different angle than that one. This is the one I ended up using, which it followed up nicely. But yeah, broke here and I was in it. Yeah, right here. So you can see this drawdown was pretty serious. Of course, I'm trading a small account, so it's not monetarily, it's not very serious, but definitely just exercise some patience here with this one. Didn't feel great. I was like, I definitely this would have been way nicer just to wait. But yeah, got on this candle on the retrace of the breaking of gold, and then I was considering, okay, I'll just stop on white, but then reverting back to, okay, give it some time. Low volume, it's been very choppy. We might not just get some aggressive rebound. So give it maybe a little room down here for this shoulder. You got your inverse head, your shoulder, and your shoulder. So it broke there. It's kind of hanging around, and then this big candle. I'm like, oh boy. I kind of held on to it though. It was kind of still retracing this gold, and it was basically at the bottom of the shoulder. Hadn't grabbed this liquidity down here, so still rejecting that. Even though, yeah, it was pretty big red candle after my trade up. Not looking at the P&L helps so much, like not looking at the contract. It just keeps your emotion level lower, whether you're green or red. That just turns up your emotions. So yeah, held through that. Came up, got choppy. Came down even further. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just hold it. I mean, I had a stop. I mean, definitely this red. I didn't want it to have to come all the way down and retest it, but definitely the red, which also then coincided with that liquidity there that I could have grabbed, but it rejected it. Nice big green candle. I was like, phew. I kind of want to just close it right here, but I'm like, well, this all confirmed what I was thinking, so I should probably hold it. Looking for white or VWAP, or take profit. I'm trying to think if I had white at that point. Maybe it was red I was looking at. I can't really remember if I had white then. I started charting white later, I think. So yeah, a couple big green candles, which was nice. Especially after all that drawdown. So that was 69 cents I got in, and then closed at 10.45 for 82 cents. So yeah, on that candle, I was pretty happy with it. Came up, kind of showed just a little bit of resistance. It looked like it was starting to wick. It was close enough to VWAP. I was like, I'll just get out of it. I maybe had green by then. I can't remember. Excuse me. I was happy about that trade. I forgot to show my trade on Friday. Friday was a great day for me. I don't think I showed my count or my trades at the end. Sorry about that. I'll remember to do it today. Next trade was at 11.04. Closed out, stopped out at 11.05. This was a put. So I was looking, of course, for this move up here to build a nice head for a shoulder. Keep coming down if it wanted to break the larger 30-minute time frame and hit 20-day for the target. And yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking here, I think. Let's see, what did I say? 11.04. Okay, so broke my red here. That's my thinking on this one. Big candle broke my red. Happened to line up also with gold, so gold for my stop. 11.04 was the retrace on it. I got in, and then this next candle went boop, and I closed on this candle with an ugly loss. Then it came all the way down and wicked, even though it went up anyways. Yeah, 11.04, 52 cents out for 41 cents. So gave back most of my profit on the prior trade, unfortunately. So I guess I was still red. Yeah, I red from that first trade, and then those two just basically washed, which was kind of annoying. And then at 11.06, I got a call. Okay, yeah. So the same reason it didn't come down and it rejected, that is support. So didn't flip into resistance. I drew another line down here for this wick. And so I actually went long on this candle. And held through this. Another hard one to hold, similar to this one. I think I held out. Oh no, I ended up doing a break even on that one. Yeah, let me see. Okay. Yeah. I was a little tired of managing these after that one. And then that stopped. This one came up. Now seeing it, that's too bad I didn't break even. Yeah, it just takes a lot of focus. It's very stressful. Yeah, even with a small account, like I feel the weight of, trading with 10 times. You can put yourself in that mental state, whether you are or not. So yeah, so again, red being the stop could have worked for that move, but I ditched a break even stop, which I was fine just to kind of have a break even stop and deal with my risk in that way, just because today's price action was pretty crappy at that point, and I didn't see a whole lot of big upside until we maybe broke green, completed this cup, made it make a handle. I don't know. Yeah, so that one broke even, stop out, which yeah is a little unfortunate, but looking at it now, I had the right idea, right? A better entry of course would have been on red, and if I had the patience for that, potentially I still would have seen it, been like, that looks good, that's my stop, let's do it. Not sure, maybe once this green candle started to grow I would have, hard to know. But yeah, when it's chopping, grinding, low volume, just having extra patience helps. 1106. Another break even. Call. Wait, no, that's the one we just did. Oops. 1126 to 1130. It's a red trade. Okay, yeah, so this is for a break on green here, which I wasn't too confident with yet. I got it from this support, this resistance, flipped into that support. I was looking for bullish controlled selling, a less aggressive one. I didn't really have one. And then I got this white, I think, at some point. But this was at 1126, so on the breaker green right there. And that was for 97 cents. Close out for 80 cents, so kind of an ugly loss on that red candle. Yeah, like I said, it was choppy, but the range was actually kind of big, so kind of a dangerous recipe. So once it did that, it gave me less confidence in the green, but it also made me think, you know, maybe it is close to this, and this is the resistance in a wedge, which ended up being, I think, this white and green. So I think I flipped there. Let me see, was that 26? Yeah, 26 to 30. Okay, then 34, 1134 I gotta put. So it did reject there, came down. I didn't get it yet. I guess I had patience and waited. Yeah, I waited for it to break this red. It was probably smart at that point. The wedge to me was getting very small. This white and this red. Could have grabbed it there, but you know, yeah, whatever. Find a way. Waited for this one. I think I got a pretty good fill on it. Little retrace, because this one ended up being actually a pretty nice trade. I think this was my best trade. 1134 to 1137, and it was 59 cents to 99 cents, just in a few minutes. 34, and then closed on this candle. Once this candle started to show a little bit of strength, I cut it, and yeah, looking at it now, it's like I was pretty fortunate to get a perfect little cut there. I had purple for my precision, and I didn't necessarily want to wait for that because it's kind of a wide area. If I'd waited here, that would have been quite a bit different entry. I maybe had white at that point, and it was close enough to white. I was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. So nice little scalp there, I guess. Technically, that would be. Yeah, 34 to 37. About 40. Let's see, yeah, 40 cents on that. So I think that put me, I don't know, that put me green maybe at that point. Unless there's another bigger trade. Oh yeah, okay, there's another good one. But yeah, I think I was green then. So 1036, I was in puts, little red trade. This is a smaller size because I was a little further out of the money. Midday. I think I was, yeah, I can't remember. I'm not really looking at my P&L during the day, best I can. Sometimes I will if I'm up pretty big or down pretty big to make sure I'm not past my max red. If I'm up pretty big to kind of let me just chill and you know, I don't have like a necessarily cutoff for how much I can make, but if I'm up a certain, you know, whatever amount, I'll take into consideration a little bit. What was this one? Oh yeah, 12:33. So a lot of trades today actually, because I ended up getting pretty green. I just kind of kept trading, which didn't help me. Break on white. Yep. So kept breaking white, and but the selling was in this ugly green channel. So this was a break of white. Not much structure here again, which also reflects the bad price action. 33 was in for 32 cents, sold it for 28 cents at 36. Oh, right here. This was pretty far out of the money, pretty low delta. I didn't lose a whole lot on that one. I think that's the reason. Closed it because it broke back up in white. Yeah. And then I was kind of questioning my charting a little bit at that point because it was just so choppy. Thought there was probably a bigger wedge I couldn't see. 1247 to 1253. These are puts. This is the one that made me pretty green. I was pretty stoked on. Yeah. Yep. I maybe looked at Emperor's chart around here. Yeah, I think I was comparing our charts because he had pretty different lines. I got on this one. The volume picked up. I think I probably used purple as my stop. But then loosely kind of this shoulder level over here. Yeah, 47 I got no put. I think it was pretty early on that break of white. Let me see if Emperor had an influence on that. Yeah, so that was breaking Emperor's yellow. His yellow line. Shout out to Emperor. He's on Eric's Discord also. Link for that's in the description if you guys are interested. Link for his Discord as well as mine. Let's see. Yeah, 1247. I don't remember if it was because of his chart or not. Because it did break my white right there. I think it breaking my white and then also having the purple for my stop gave me more confidence. Because I held through this little bounce. Got it for 44 cents. It was a 6.79 put. Sold it at 12.53 for 83 cents. So yeah, it was like a quarter way up this candle, this green candle. So I didn't get a perfect fill. I was kind of hoping for low a day. This was close enough though, I guess. The wick was down here, but once this green candle started to arise, I cut it. And then I was pretty green. And I did look at my P&L. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And kind of chill. So from then on out, they were just not gamble trades, but smaller, great risk to reward, and just lower probability, I guess, would how I'd say it. 125 to 129 on puts. Just in case there was a move down to 20-day today. I was still trading with structure and tight risk management, everything. So this was a break on white. I got on the retrace. Cut it at 29. Yeah, just once it stopped selling in this steeper channel on that one, I was like, I'm out of this. And it started buying up in this white. 321. Yeah, and then I was getting like really low delta moves for a trip to 20-day down here, which was a great risk to reward, but low probability. 321. I got 4 puts for like 677 strike, which was there was only 7 cents. So that was right here, break of the white again, and it kind of chopped around. I closed it out at 322. That was actually break even. I put a break even on that one. Or wait, no, sorry. I closed one. I started reducing my risk once I realized it was just chopping. And that time of day too, it like maybe would have gotten a 30-minute move, but it could have waited until the 10-minute, I guess. So anyways, close the first one, break even, close the next one. Let's see, 322, 327, 332, 336. Those are all my closes. So once it broke the white, and then I noticed it was actually selling in this other white one, I was like, I'm gonna start cutting this. However, on Emperor's, I was a little thrown off at that point because he didn't have that less aggressive white selling. He had it break. I think he actually moved. Yeah, he took a trade in here that he erased somewhere in here. He took one in. It was in here. Yeah. Or no, it was this one. He actually took this trade, and then it came up and did this, and then he put that in there and took that one out. So, but up here, yeah, he didn't have it selling in that less aggressive one, which was kind of my indicator right here to get out of it. And then I just set an alert for it to break this into a steeper selling, which then I would have tried to get it on a retrace. Not to say I didn't trade it a couple more times. I think I had another one on there. Yeah, so then I had one more at 341 I bought, and then bought more at 343. These are very cheap, 3 cents and 4 cents. Again, trying not to give away too many profits. Yeah, got it here, got more here, and then stopped them, I think, here. So, yeah, and here are the trades. Here they are. So quite a bit of trading. I don't really count, I guess. It's still P&L, so I shouldn't take it lightly, but the last, I guess, couple hours, most of the day really, it wasn't, or second half at least, wasn't legitimate. Kind of, yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, not great. But anyways, up 20 bucks. I think I didn't look at it after that one big trade. I think I was up like 40. So gave back more maybe than I should have, but a green day on a day like today, and for how many red days I have, very grateful. The confidence to even know that the trades over here weren't the best, and to know that, and then to just take further out the money so it wasn't as big of a position, or just to increase my risk to reward with lower probability. Yeah, very grateful. Thanks guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you tomorrow. Peace out.